Welcome to a new episode of the Green Project 2025. If this is your first time here, welcome. I have dedicated 2025 to the colour green and my year is green themed. I'm wearing green every single day of the year and am documenting my life with the colour green on YouTube every week. I've actually been wearing green every day for over 100 days now. It's day 129 of the year and of the Green Project, which actually, coincidentally, is my birthday. Thank you guys. In this video, the visuals you'll be seeing is actually me getting ready for my birthday on the day before, but essentially, here we are. We've passed a milestone, 100 days, and so in spirit of giving back to the world that hosts me, I want to share a few lessons I've learned along the way. Maybe you're thinking about starting a creative project. Maybe you're chasing consistency or trying to stay true to your values in a world that pressures you to compromise. If that's you, I've got 9 tips that might help you get started and stay grounded. Who am I? I'm FSV, a self-produced artist and creative. You can call me Frizz. This space is chill, it's honest, and I try to stay as authentic and purposeful as possible. Why should you listen to me? I mean, it's up to you at the end of the day, but what I offer here is I'm just trying to be real. I'm not trying to go viral. I'm consistent, authentic, and figuring it out as I go, just like you. These tips have helped me find my footing in a saturated space by not chasing trends, but by staying true to who I am and who I'm called to be, and attracting people who genuinely connect with what I do. I thrive in small, intentional communities, so my goal is not virality, it's inspiration. I want to love people through my work. I want to build community. If you're here for authenticity over algorithms, you're in the right place. So if that sounds like you, then I guess you can grab your notepad, not just to take down my tips, but hopefully to share some of your own. Let's get into these 9 tips, and make sure you stick around to the end for a bonus tip. Tip number 1, start simply. Clarity comes through doing. Whilst I have done YouTube in the past, it was years ago. I've totally evolved as a person, and so has the internet since then. I had to start from scratch. All I had was a colour and a smartphone. You don't need much to start building a vision. It doesn't even need to be a complete vision. For me, as I've continued to show up, the vision has become more and more plain and clear to me. Nobody can believe in your vision for you, so start simply and believe in the process. You will discover yourself and become more refined with time. Number 2, trends can inspire, but your values must lead the way. Trends come and go, we've heard it before, and yet we see people time and time again find success and money from riding on trends. And I'm not against trends, I do dislike some of them, but there are loads of trends that I have been entertained or inspired by. In fact, I've seen videos and outfits I could easily recreate whilst centering green as part of my creative project. But whilst I enjoy trends, I do have a clear boundary. If it doesn't align with my values, modesty, faith, integrity, I won't do it. Honoring God in my creativity gives me peace, further challenges my creativity, and really is the whole point of it all, which brings me to my next point. Number 3, authenticity takes longer, but it lasts longer. There is nothing more sustainable than being yourself, but literally being yourself may not bring added value to your creativity if you don't yet know how to channel your essence into your art form. Or a consumable art form, because we can make whatever we want freely and however we want for an audience of one. But typically when we want to add value to others, we have to consider what we can offer. At first, it's normal to experiment with styles and ideas because seeing what doesn't fit is just as important as finding out what does. Over time, personally, I have found formats and expressions that feel true to me. It's tempting to just imitate what works for others, but I assure you that even for two people discussing the same thing, your voice is valuable. The way your mind thinks, the way you string words together, and even just the sound of your voice and the way you exist in the place you exist will reach someone that another person might not reach. And I only use speech and voices because it was an easy example, but hopefully you can adapt this to your field and whatever you would constitute as your voice in that space and area. Tip number 4, God can use simple things to teach deep lessons. Wearing green daily may seem small, but it became a way God worked on my consistency, creativity, and sense of self. Simply viewing my life through a green lens gave opportunity for my mind to gear in new ways, and through simply thinking and crafting and sitting with the Lord in the process, I have learned so much about myself, what I'm capable of, and have seen life in new ways. It makes me think of how constraints can really inspire creativity. Art imitates life, and we are images of God. It's interesting how God has used constraints of green to expand my mind. It is a reflection on the wonderful spiritual tool that is consecration, separating yourself unto God. In this world, we see constraints as limitations and bondage, when God uses constraints to cause something to thrive. I'm reminded of a plant support stick placed next to a plant to guide it to grow upwards and tall. There definitely is a word there. May the Lord give you understanding. Tip number 5. Consistency doesn't make you creative. It reveals that you are. I've always created simply because I love to create. I didn't need an audience to do it. I did it because it's a huge part of who I am and how I do things. Wearing green didn't make me creative. It gave people a clearer way to see it. And so I want to validate other creatives that consistency is not what makes you a valid creative, but it is a great way to grow and evaluate your strengths and weaknesses to your own self, as well as a canvas for your essence to be viewed by others. Tip number 6. You are allowed to evolve. Take this as permission to pivot. I play netball, and pivoting is a key skill that can help you to change direction whilst not losing the overall momentum of the game, and it is done several times in a game. There is a time in the game to keep moving in one clear direction, but when the same direction doesn't work anymore or you spot a better option, pivot. My process has changed, my videos have changed, my creativity has changed, my music has changed. That's growth, not inconsistency. You don't need to get it right at first. You just need to stay honest as you grow. Number 7. Use technology as a tool, not a crutch. I use editing tools, AI, and templates to assist me, but I never let them replace my voice, creativity, or convictions. It's okay to lean on tech, especially as a team of one, but don't stop learning. Learn what is possible, speed up or automate your processes, but let the processes be yours. Technology should serve your vision, not define it. When you stay rooted in your purpose, you can use tools without becoming dependent on them. For example, I often use AI to help me write descriptions and titles. I give it the premise of what it is that I want to say, and it drafts something for me. Often, I do have to do a lot of editing and continue to ask it questions so that it refines things to the way that I want it to be, so that it has my voice, my intentions clearly. For this video, I knew what I wanted to say, but I didn't know how to draft it out into tips. That being said, I've noticed that's a weakness, and that's something I need to learn how to do. Tip number 8. Imperfect action is still obedience. It has been years that I have been meaning to restart YouTube. I filmed so many videos which simply never saw the light of day. I think in hindsight that I tried to over-curate my style based on what I thought people might desire. This paralyzed me from getting started. I used to overthink every idea, waiting for the right one, but clarity came through movement. Sometimes showing up with what you have is a form of trusting God with what you don't yet even understand. So long as you remain humble and you don't try to position yourself as the top dog when you're still learning, There's no harm in learning publicly if that's what you feel led to do. And there's also no need to be public if you feel it's better to remain private for a season whilst you grow. That can be very wise provided it isn't disobedience. Not everything needs to be made public. As for me, I've been public for a while because authenticity is part of my brand, and I would like for people to see where I've started in order to actually dethrone this perfectionist paralysis thing we've got going on. I think I have always leaned towards oversharing, so I had a season where privacy was prescribed to me, and I have learned the importance of not sharing everything. I have also seen that the Lord will not elevate me until it's my time, so I'm comfortable here. But that's just me. Make sure you take your own process. Just don't wait for perfection to find you before you obey and act, because without obedience and action, it probably never will find you anyway. Number 9. Your audience will reflect your convictions. Even with popular and mainstream ideas, people will choose certain figures or products because of specific things they personally want for themselves. So believe in the value that you and your creations hold in light of your personal convictions. For example, I know not everyone will connect with chill videos like this and will want something more fun or stimulating. Not everyone cares about neurodiversity, and some people will quite happily listen through a whole video without someone mentioning God all the time, and that's fine. As for the people who do like those things or even don't mind them, they're the audience for me, and hopefully you're one of them if you're still here. Blending in doesn't make you stand out, and it's ingenuine a lot of the time. It's a lose-lose for all parties as far as I'm concerned. But hey, what do I know? I'm still here, growing. Do you have any tips that could help me or anyone else who stumbles onto this video looking to grow creatively and stay consistent? Make sure to let us know in the comments. Now for the bonus point, which I wouldn't really say is a tip, but I guess I will call it an overall reflection after 100 days of a green project. And that's that I've really seen myself in a new light. And I think that would be my recommendation really, if anyone wanted to start, whether it be a creative project or to just be consistent in an area that they feel burdened to be consistent in. I've really seen myself in a new light, in a surprising way. The Green Project has caused me to face and evaluate my creative skills in the face of having to manage a YouTube channel, and it brought out some weak points, but I wasn't surprised to face them. I tend to be very critical of my skills despite my relaxed approach to social media. I'm not a perfectionist, but I am particular in peculiar areas that tickle my fancy and scratch my creative itch. As a result of my own self-critique, despite enjoying my own creations, I spend little time looking at the skills I've gained and what I'm actually able to do. From thumbnail graphic design to backing track composition, to script writing and editing, I hadn't realized that over the years I had picked up relevant skills just by being myself, a person who enjoys being creative in many facets, because it's fun. As a result, I've been able to accept titles that I've been reluctant to wear, such as producer and content creator. It has made me realize that I am worthy of walking through certain doors that I previously have unqualified myself to even approach. And that is the main takeaway. I get to see myself in a new light. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to like. And if you like more videos like this, do subscribe. On the last video I released on here, I spoke about de-idolizing my hobby. If you think that you'd like to hear about that whilst watching me do my laundry, well, be sure to watch that one next. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for spending your time with me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being here on my birthday, or even if you're not. That's okay. It was released on my birthday, so the sentiment is the same. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye.